What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. This is a series where I take your guys' favourite or best teams, try them out for myself and let you know whether or not I would recommend you taking them into weekend league, divisions, daily knockouts, or wherever you may choose to play. Of course, if you guys want to submit your episode of the best team in FIFA, go to reddit.com/r/tbtif. And then you can put in there the team, the tactics, the formation, the chem styles, the player instructions, everything. And be thorough with it, right? Because the more information you give me, the less I have to guess myself. If you leave out things like chem styles or player instructions or custom tactics, I have to just guess what would be working for that. And then it might not be exactly how you want the kind of the narrative of the team to work. If you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, they might be much appreciated. The last few episodes, we've done a really expensive team and an untradeable team. So today I thought I'd withdraw it all the way back down and go with a relatively cheap team, 125,000 coins on both consoles actually. It's near identical price on both. It's 123 on PlayStation and 126 on Xbox. So well within price ranges of everyone at this stage of FIFA. If you haven't got 126,000 coins to be able to use to build a team, you've probably done it wrong. If you already haven't got some of these players anyway, probably going to be missing out. So the formation we're going with today is a 4-3-1-2. It's a formation I do see a lot of success with in Weekend League. Not one that I personally have had much success with. I don't like the narrowness of it. I prefer wingers or a CDM if I'm going to have like a narrow formation. But not my team. Today's team was sent in from TVR Chills. He says, this team gets me Gold 1 or Elite since I started using it. It's very attacking and doesn't seem to lack anything in any position. He then gives me the information, missing out some information which we'll go through as we go. So we'll start off, guys, first and foremost with the defence and the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper is going to be Ralph Farman. Not necessarily one that we usually see. An 84 rated goalkeeper with quite good stats, to be fair. In at right back, guys, we have got Hector Bellerin. And you're probably thinking, my God, not again. Here we go again with Chris Smalling. No. Wrong. We have got the upgraded Hector Bellerin. The next defender, guys, is going to be Mustafi. Now, of course, if you have the upgraded Mustafi, or sorry, the informed Mustafi, feel free to use him, but he is not part of our unit here. Next up, we've got the second informed Brooks, and this card looks phenomenal. Genuinely fantastic. 78 pace, 88 defending, and 84 physical. Crazy good. And then at left back, guys, we've got somebody who I'd never really considered to be a left back, but would actually be quite a good left back. And it is Fabian Johnson there. So yeah, he's a left midfield by standard. He'll get 7 chemistry at left back, but medium work rates, 4-star weak foot, 6 foot tall, with 89 pace, and then defending and physical that's not too dissimilar from someone, say, Patrick Van Aanholt, his inform. If we go and take a look at Van Aanholt, you'll see, let's go like this. If we go to concept players, you'll see that, in fact, Johnson has more physical, the same defending, more dribbling, more passing, more shooting, and slightly less pace. Now, the only difference here would be that Johnson would only get 7 chemistry, so his stats would only move up linearly to 7 chemistry, whereas Van Aanholt would get 10 chemistry. But as a defensive option, the fact that he's got decent work rates for a fullback and good height and a 4-star weak foot, definitely an option for people to go with. I was advised, there was no chem style put on the goalkeeper, and I was advised for anchor chemistry style on all of the defenders. I personally would go with Shadow on Brooks and Mustafi, specifically Mustafi, and I would also go, I think anchor may be good on Johnson, but I might go with Shadow just because it's 7 chemistry, not 10 chemistry. But I'm more than happy with anchor on Bellerin. I would definitely put Shadow on Mustafi, and I would probably put Glove onto Farman. But that is the defence, guys, and there was no player instructions for some players. There were for others. So we've got stay back while attacking on the whole defence. As you can see there, I have said it all, stay back while attacking on the whole defence. And then we go into midfield. So the first midfielder that we are picking up, guys, is going to be Jordan Henderson. Again, not necessarily someone that I would usually use. He's not a guy that I've really looked at, but when you look at his card stats for the upgraded version of Henderson, good pace, nice defending, very nice physical and passing, a very well-rounded card, high work rate, 6 foot tall, he's got a good card. He has got a good card for the upgraded Henderson. And in it Cam, we've got an absolute perfect link to Jordan Henderson, and that is Adam Lallana, also the upgraded version. So we were asked to put Gladiator onto Henderson and Marksman onto Adam Lallana. Of course, Adam Lallana has 5-star, 4-star, which is very good. Very rare that you get BPL players with 5-star weak foot. Obviously, Son has one, Ericsson has one, and Lallana has one. I think Cazorla has a 5-star weak foot, but you never ever see him being used. But in general, you don't really see many 5-star weak foot BPL players. And Lallana, guys, again, a nice well-rounded card. We've asked to put Marksman on Lallana. But he's got a very nice, very well-rounded card to go into that cam spot. So the team here has potential to go many different ways. So who's our left-hand side midfielder? Well, this is going to be, guys, in-form Pulisic. I did look at his card and think this might not be the most ideal player to use. Yes, he's got a lot of pace. He's got decent dribbling and passing, but horrendous defending, horrendous physical, and average shooting for a guy this high rated. You know, with like 90 pace, like second in form from a silver card. He's got decent work rates for the midfield, not the tallest, but 4-star weak foot, not a bad card, and of course gives the strong links into the two boys here to get them the chemistry that they need. And then the right-hand side midfielder, guys, is going to be N'Golo Kante, not the 83 version, but the 81 version. And it's interesting to me, the chem styles I was asked to put on here. I was asked to put Deadeye onto Kante, which I think is a mistake personally. You have to go with Anchor or Shadow on Kante. You're boosting 2 bad stats to be 2 average stats, instead of boosting stats that are key to his influence in the game to being exceptional to his influence in the game. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but hey, this isn't my team. This is the team of TVR Chills, of course. And that completes the midfield. For the midfield, it was very confusing because it was. So it says Lallana, Marksman, stay on edge, stick to position and basic defense. Pulisic, engine, get forward, free roam. Henderson, stay back, stick to position. Kante, stay back and free roam. So you're giving free roam to 2 of the players, which I found quite bizarre. This team in general, it looks quite good. But other than Lallana, there is a huge lack of skill moves, which, although I don't think skill moves are absolutely necessary, I do think it is important to have players that do have them in the locker, just in case you need to use them in the game that might be quite tricky. But this is the midfield, guys. I set up the midfield exactly as was asked, and then Lallana in a cam. And then at striker, guys, we've first of all got Scott Sinclair in at the first striker spot. Not someone that I've used yet this year, but definitely someone that intrigued me. He's had a nice big upgrade from his 75 rated card. He's got 91 pace, 86 shooting and 85 dribbling with pretty decent physical. Obviously decent passing and then 4-star skill moves. The downside is he has only got a 2-star weak foot. And then you could probably tell by the last position we have got a silver card. So Dembele, it is going to be Moussa Dembele of Celtic that goes into this slot here. Nice pace and shooting. 3-star, 3-star, 71 physical, 60 passing, 77 dribbling, medium low work rates, which I don't mind too much. I use Ibrahimovic with medium low and I quite enjoy him. So these guys I'm going to have to put Hunter chemistry styles on, which I haven't done just yet, but they have got Hunter. And then they are set up for stay central and get in behind, which I'll show you now. Player instructions there indeed set up for stay central and get in behind. There was nothing to say for custom tactics, so I just set my speed a little bit higher, the shooting a little bit higher, and the defender line from offside trap to cover. And this completes the team. So it looks like a good team. Like, you're missing a lack of skill moves in the midfield area specifically, I think, and like looking on it right now on reflection, it's not the bulkiest of midfield or attack. You've got Kante with good physical, you've got Henderson with like decent physical, but then 65, 73, 73 and 71. It's not a physical team. It's not the tallest team. I think you've got Jordan Henderson coming in at 6 foot tall, and you've got the striker Dembele at 6 foot tall, and then all the rest of the dudes like 5'8" and 5'7". So it could be a midfield and an attack that gets bullied by a big team. Like if you're coming up against the Pogbas and the De Bruynes or the Matic style players, just like, you know, tall powerhouse midfielders, you're really going to struggle. And of course, we are taking this team into Division 1, guys. So this is the team that we're going to be playing with. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-3-2-1. Very nice team. The new upgraded skill move Dembele, that 5-star, 5-star, and the new upgraded weak foot Lacazette with that 4-star, 4-star. He's got the 85 Lamar Tolisso. the 87 Naby Keita, a very strong team in general. And this team that we're playing with here from TVR Chills, I'll be honest, it was different. I don't know if that was because of the formation or because of the personnel. I was enjoying using someone like Pulisic, who I've never had before. I was enjoying trying to figure out the strengths and weaknesses of the two strikers, Dembele and Sinclair. Henderson was really like not in any game. I just don't remember seeing him in any game doing anything of note. Lallana there with a lovely scoop turn into Dembele, a beautiful drag back, gets in behind to Sinclair. Sinclair has the shot. It falls to Adam Lallana, who puts that one home. But one of the things that there were two things. Let's talk about what was right with this team. This team is very, very quick defensively. Johnson with the 89 pace, Bellerin with the 95 pace, Brooks with 78 pace, of course, all of them with the anchor card. And although Mustafi only comes in with a base of 70 pace, he's still a very, very good player. I use him a lot in the early stages of FIFA and thoroughly enjoy using him in the weekend league and divisions. Farman was pretty good. There's a few things with keepers, and some keepers punch, some keepers parry. Some keepers just like they parry a lot right back into the box, and Farman seemed to be one of those guys where near every shot that went at him ended up hitting him and bouncing out. Now you can see by the match stats my opponent didn't really have much of the game, and my shots 15-9 on target, only 4 of the entire amount of shots were outside of the box. The rest of them inside of the box, and I only got 2 goals. And you might think, yeah, maybe that's just some bad shot choices, some good defending. There most definitely were a few bad shot choices in there, but there were a considerable amount of very good, very OP shot choices, low drivens, cross bodies, finesse shots that should have resulted in more goals. But yeah, so the defense is super quick. The midfield is it's hard to say good things about this team when I don't necessarily think this is a good team. I was going to sit here and say, let's start with the positives. The positives are, this team is quite fast. But that's about it. One of the things that I did mention that could have been a problem at the squad building stage was the fact that Kante is 5'7", Pulisic is 5'8", Sinclair is 5'8", Lallana is 5'8", Dembele and Henderson are 6 foot tall, Bellerin I think is 5'10". I think the only player in the entire team that is over 6 foot tall is Brooks, the centre back, and he's 6'4". Every single other player is 6 foot or shorter. And that was noticeable. This team, it got quite easily bullied around the field. But aside from the height and the lack of physicality, now I know Kante's got 84 physical, I know Henderson's got 81 physical, but when you look at the rest of the team, Sinclair was 73, Lallana was 73, Dembele was 71, Pulisic with 65. Like Bellerin 79, Mustafi 79, Johnson 78, and again you come to the point where the only 2 guys with like any real kind of physicality is Kante at 84 and Brooks at 84, and that's a problem because what that meant was that the low, like physical, obviously in-game stats aren't necessarily akin to card stats, but the low physicality was either bad strength, which wasn't good, or bad stamina, which wasn't good. And especially due to the fact that the team was so short, it made it very difficult in tough games. There's again another game there where I dominated possession, created 12 shots from very good areas and was unable to finish my chances. And that, for me, was actually the biggest problem with this team. The finishing on this team is woeful. And I didn't spot it first and foremost when building the team. But when you look at the players again, even with the defenders, Bellerin 51, Mustafi 57, Brooks 50, Henderson 70, Kante 66, Lallana 75, Johnson the left back 75, Pulisic only has 77, Dembele has 80 shooting and Sinclair has 86 shooting. So if it wasn't Sinclair taking my shots, you really could notice a difference of shooting between someone like, say, Dembele or Lallana versus someone like, say, Player of the Month Dele Alli, or Player of the Month Harry Kane, or Heung-min Son, or any Anthony Martial. You could notice quite easily, quite heavily, the lack of shooting ability. And every single game I played, I had copious amounts of opportunities, except for the third game because I got a rage quit at 1-0. But in all the other 3 games, one of which I lost already, one of which I won already, and this being the final game, I struggled to not create chances. I found it quite easy to create chances. The team was good for that. In terms of chance creation, in terms of technical ability, the team was quite good. I thought the lack of 4-star skillers was going to create some kind of problems, but in actual fact it didn't. It was quite easy to create chances. I just struggled real hard to finish chances. And that's not what you want in a team. Definitely not a team taking it into weekend league. And you can see here by the match stats again, lost 1-0 in the 88th minute or so there. 9 shots, 4 on target, and again, 1 from outside the box, couple from on the edge of the box, and then 5 shots from like just outside the 6-yard box. And not a single one went in. And sure, again, you know, you could raise the argument, maybe you just didn't take the right shot choices, maybe they were off-balance shots or shots under pressure, and I take that on board. But I played the games, and there were a few shots like that, no, undoubtedly. But in general, the shots were good, clean shots that should have been goals in normal circumstances. So I would say for this team, is this the best team in FIFA? No, far from it. I think this is a fun team for daily knockouts if you want to use something a bit more creative, or if you're restricted by silvers or team rating or something like that. But in terms of weekend league, I really would be wary about taking this team into the weekend league. I don't think you'll have fun. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.